Beyond the bright lights of the Strip, there are plenty of amazing things to discover about Las Vegas and Southern Nevada. I'm Kalina Estrinos, and welcome to How to Vegas, your weekly 30-minute guide to everything that makes Las Vegas special. It's food, art, communities, entertainment, and more. Sit back and relax and get ready to discover what makes our home unique. With all the growth seen throughout the years here in Southern Nevada, Boulder City has retained its charm. The city that built the Hoover Dam is proud of its roots with plenty of history to see. 13 Action News' Jordan Gartner shows you what makes Boulder City one of the most interesting cities in Nevada.
Boulder City is less than 30 miles from Las Vegas, but the charming town feels like a world away. The small-town Big Adventure City is home to a lot of Nevada history, several unique shops, experiences, and eateries.
And what they appreciated most was the authenticity of this town. It doesn't put on any airs, it's authentically what it is, and people get to see history embodied in an authentic destination.
Roger Schaff is with the Boulder City Historical Association and says that the city that built Hoover Dam has simply been true to its roots.
And what makes it unique actually is its history. You know, it's one of the few places that relate to a singular event and as the sort of springboard for its history, and that was the construction of Hoover Dam. So many of the workers brought their families. So while they were here, they created churches and schools and businesses and all that sort of thing because, well, during the Depression, there really wasn't anywhere else to go. So whenever the construction was finished and the construction companies moved out, the people and their families decided to stay here. That route that makes it sort of a family town. They never allowed gambling into the town.
Boulder City was established in 1931 to house builders of the Hoover Dam. And several of those structures are still standing today, including the colonial-style Boulder Dam Hotel that is located in the heart of downtown. The historic building works as a hotel with a restaurant and is home to the Boulder City Hoover Dam Museum.
You'll find the history of the men and women who built Hoover Dam. Boulder City didn't exist prior to the building of the dam. It was built in order to house the workers that constructed the dam. So we tell the story mostly of those workers. What we did was we looked at the parts of the story they told at Hoover Dam, which is mostly about the engineering and the technology and things like that, and then we supplement it with the story of the people that built it.
The museum features interactive exhibits and authentic artifacts that illustrate the building of the then Boulder Dam.
We have oral histories of people that lived here at the time. You can listen to those. There's ways to get a blast of the desert heat that they had to endure when they lived down by the river. There's a crane to operate to bring it over and pretend like they're pouring concrete. In order to get in Boulder City, you had to have a pass and it had to be stamped. Well, we've replicated that here, and there's 3 places to get stamps throughout the museum.
And just before the museum, you'll see the Boulder City Art Guild Gallery. The gallery shares only local works of art from Nevadans, where visitors can find a little bit of everything.
People displaying are members of the Boulder City Art Guild, and they sort of pay for a space here. So people come in and they'll see everything from postcards, pottery, glass, wood, oils, photographs, watercolors, acrylics, you name it. We have every kind of art there is.
Regina Marvin leads the Boulder City Art Guild and says she has called the city home for about a decade and loves the community feel.
We heard about Boulder City when we were on vacation. We went to Las Vegas and we came out here, of course, and toured the dam, and we loved the place. It's about the same size of the city that we lived in before we retired, and we've been here since we bought a house in 2011. So it's a very nice community, very low-key, and you almost don't have to lock your door. It's just a wonderful community.
Outside the Boulder Dam Hotel, you'll spot more antique stores along Nevada Way, the main drive through the historic Old Town, along with an array of cute cafes, restaurants, and even a brewery. Perhaps one of the more recognizable eateries in the area is the Coffee Cup Cafe. The walls are lined with surfboards and photos inside the restaurant that offers breakfast and lunch items. Guy Fieri even included the cafe in his earlier days on his famous Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives TV show on the Food Network. Just about a block away, you'll find the Boulder Dam Brewing Company. It's a brew pub with an American cafe menu, an outdoor space, and of course a list of hometown brews. The outskirts of town continue the city's historical roots with the Veterans Memorial Park and the Nevada State Railroad Museum. Guests can ride historic trains along old-school rail routes while even walking through a museum. And a trip to Boulder City wouldn't be complete without a drive to Lake Mead National Recreation Center, and of course to Hoover Dam. The two are just about a 15-minute drive on US 93, and while on the way, make sure to stop at Hemingway Park to enjoy a view of Nevada's desert bighorn sheep. Boulder City has something for everyone and is a visit all Nevadans should make. Reporting, Jordan Gartner, 13 Extra News.
If you like to eat, you are in the right place. Las Vegas locals can find world-class cuisine and delicious food all across the Las Vegas Valley. OffTheStrip.com editor Melinda Shekels is back with the latest restaurant news.
Hi, this is Melinda Shekels, and this is Vegas Eats on How to Vegas. And every week we take you through where to eat in Las Vegas, what to drink, all the chef news, and the best bites, the best reservations around town. Now this week we have an opening on St. Rose Parkway. So Parkway Tavern, very popular Las Vegas beer bar, sports bar, is opening a new venue out on St. Rose Parkway. Parkway is known for its beer selection, so they have, 50 canned beers, 200 beers on tap. You can pair that with some of their great bar food like buffalo cauliflower, an array of tacos, wings, and more. Parkway Tavern is from Fine Entertainment. They have multiple locations around Las Vegas, and check out their new one out on St. Rose Parkway just in time for football season. Now, over on the Strip, Brian Newman is back at the Nomad Library starting this weekend. Brian Newman is a very famous trumpeter, Lady Gaga band leader, and Brian puts on an incredible show there at the Nomad Library, which, prior to Brian's show, is an incredible restaurant as well. So the Nomad Library is known for its takeoff on the very famous New York Nomad Hotel. They serve American classics on roaming carts, tableside preparations, such as their Wagyu prime rib and their very famous roasted chicken, which is stuffed with black truffle. So good, so good. Definitely my best bite of this week or any week. So you can make reservations at the Nomad Library over there at Park MGM inside the Nomad Hotel. And then you can also stay for the show for Brian Newman. Tickets for Brian Newman are separate from dinner, so make sure to plan in advance for that. And all around, we're so happy that Brian is back on the Strip. Now, over at the Palazzo, big restaurant news coming in 2022. Wakuda is coming. Now, you might ask yourself, what's a Wakuda? Well, Wakuda is the eponymous restaurant from Chef Tetsuya Wakuda. He is partnering with 50 Eggs, which also has Yardbird and Chica and other restaurants there at the Venetian Palazzo. And they're going to open a very cool, classic Japanese restaurant with artful takes on beautiful dishes, very in classic Japanese technique and preparation styles. Wakuda has 2 Michelin stars over in Asia, and he is really a star chef. So happy to have him coming here to Vegas. Check back for a closer opening date in 2022. Now, just in time for National Rum Day, which is Monday, the 16th of August, Raiders Stadium partner Kaloa Rum, they are going to be unveiling their cocktails this weekend at the stadium, at Allegiant Stadium for the first game. So you can find Kaloa Rum, it's the official rum partner of the Las Vegas Raiders, and they've got some great cocktail recipes for you to celebrate National Rum Day at home. You can also celebrate early at the stadium if you're gonna be there. Check out their recipes, KaloaRum.com. It is really a taste of the Garden Isle. It's a craft distiller from Kauai, and it's made with pure cane sugar and mountain rainwater. It's an exceptionally beautiful craft product, and you can sample it there at the stadium. You can also buy some around at local liquor stores to try at home, and it makes for the perfect Mai Tai. National Mai Tai Day is also coming up the end of the month, so don't forget about that and stock up now. Thank you so much. This has been Melinda Shekels for Vegas Eats on How to Vegas, and I will see you next week.
We'll be back with more of How to Vegas right after the break. Welcome back to How to Vegas, your weekly look at what there is to do, to see, and taste all across Las Vegas. For more on things to do around the valley, just visit ktnv.com/things to do. Want to Vegas like a local? With 13 Action News' Jason Denant has tips and tricks for using the Las Vegas monorail and other trams in town, helping you beat traffic on the Las Vegas Strip and get around town like a true Sin City local.
Heading to the Las Vegas Convention Center, a game or event at T-Mobile Arena or at Allegiant Stadium, but stressed out just thinking about traffic and parking? Look up and think about getting around town on one of the monorails, trams, or trains available. I'm Jason Denant with 13 Action News. Follow me and let's Vegas like a local. The Las Vegas monorail, owned and operated by the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority, is the best-known rail-type system in the city. With 7 stops along the resort corridor, there's likely a stop near your destination. The monorail currently costs $5 for a single ride ticket. There's also daily and weekly passes available. These tickets and passes can be purchased at one of the convenient ticketing systems on the platform, or, easier yet, turn your phone into your ticket to ride. Now that you've got your ticket, just hold your device up to one of the entrance gates or enter your ticket and make your way to the monorail. The stops are listed all over the platform and provide guides to walkable destinations from each of the 7 stops. Forgot your iced coffee or water? Don't fret, monorail platforms will have you covered. The monorail's coming, let's go for a ride. The monorail is great for locals and visitors alike. If you're attending an event at the convention center or anywhere along the 7 stops, a local tip is park at a property that's not having a large event during the day or night of your gathering. Heading to the convention center but live closer to the south end of the strip? Park at MGM with their large parking garage, hop on the monorail, and bypass the traffic that's entering the convention center. Next up, are you heading to a Golden Knights game? Did you know that you can park at the Bellagio, hop on the free Aria Express tram, and that'll take you right to Park MGM? Go out the doors and walk across the street to T-Mobile Arena. Photo stop. Pop in the Bellagio Conservatory on the way to the tram to see their latest flower displays. This tram is free, so no tickets are necessary. When you enter the platform, just look for the tram in the direction that you're heading. Here it comes. Currently, Nevada has a mask mandate in place, so I made sure to put mine on. So cool once you're inside the tram. Kind of feels like a cool spaceship when you're riding it. This tram also stops at Aria and Crystal shopping centers. When you get off at Park MGM, follow the signs to the hotel lobby, exit the main doors, and you'll see T-Mobile Arena. Another free tram system in Las Vegas connects Mandalay Bay, Luxor, and Excalibur, and can also help you get to T-Mobile Arena and the Park Theater. To access the tram from Luxor, walk out the main doors, past the valet to reach the tram stop. Photo stop. Turn around to snap an epic photo with the Sphinx right here in Las Vegas. Ingrid Reisman, Vice President of Marketing for the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority, told me they expect to see more locals and visitors using the monorail and tram options in the city as more events get scheduled at Allegiant Stadium.
We all saw the kind of foot traffic that was coming out of that facility. And what the monorail will be able to do is disperse that foot traffic once you're able to get to the monorail station. So we do have customers now who ride the other trams from Mandalay to Excalibur and then walk across to the monorail system now. So we see that happening more in the future, of course, yes.
These transportation options will definitely help you get around on game day, concert night, or during convention week. For more tips on how to Vegas like a local, visit ktnv.com. And I'll be back next week with more. Jason Denant reporting 13 Action News.
We'll be back with more of How to Vegas right after the break. Welcome back to How to Vegas, your weekly look at what there is to do, to see, and taste all across Las Vegas. For more on things to do around the valley, just visit ktnv.com/things to do. How much would you pay for a Picasso painting? Well, in just a few months, Las Vegas is hosting one of the most expensive art auctions of all time. 11 Picasso paintings will be auctioned in honor of Picasso's 114th birthday. 13 Action News anchor Ross DeMattei is here to tell you more.
11 authentic works from Pablo Picasso, estimated to be worth more than $100 million total, all up for grabs. But buyer beware, as we found out, some of these pieces could come with controversy.
Pablo Picasso, without a doubt, the most famous and important artist of the 20th century.
On October 23rd, get ready to break the bank at the Bellagio. 11 Picasso pieces will hit the auction block in honor of Pablo Picasso's 140th birthday.
You're going to get a wide variety of period, you're going to get a wide variety of subject matter, you're going to get a wide variety of media. So you get a little bit of everything that makes Picasso great in this auction.
The art is owned by MGM Resorts, but will be sold by Sotheby's in what the companies are calling the largest and most significant fine art auction to ever take place in Las Vegas.
I don't think that's hyperbole at all. And I mean, there's really no doubt about it. It is and will be the most important art auction to ever occur here in Las Vegas.
From paintings to works on paper to ceramics, art appraiser Brett Maley says these 11 masterpieces span Picasso's life and showcase his diverse art skill set.
Running from about 1919 all the way through to, I think, 1970, shortly before his passing. So you get really all facets of his career, from the infancy of Cubism all the way through to, his last few days. So that's exciting.
We wanted to know why MGM wanted to sell these priceless Picassos. They sent us a statement that reads in part, quote, "We plan to reshape our collection to be even more inclusive, providing a showcase for women, artists of color, the LGBTQIA+ community, and artists with disabilities, voices currently underrepresented in our portfolio and in the world generally." It's worth noting, though, that at least one of these works were once owned by Steve Wynn, the casino mogul who was accused of sexual misconduct 3 years ago, allegations he has denied. Maley still expects these Picasso pieces will fetch a pretty penny.
The one that I'm most excited about is the portrait of Marie-Thérèse Walter, who was Picasso's muse and lover, and really inspired a lot of his portrait works of the 1930s. And some of those works have been some of his most collected and coveted throughout the years. I would not be surprised if that work ended up north of $100 million, which would be exciting, especially right here in Las Vegas.
There will also be some other luxury items on exhibit, like cars, jewelry, and watches. The exhibition will run October 21st through the 24th at the Bellagio, with the auction on the 23rd. Make sure to visit ktnv.com for more information. Reporting on the Las Vegas art scene, Ross DeMattei, 13 Action News.
We'll be back with more of How to Vegas right after the break. Welcome back to How to Vegas, your weekly look at what there is to do, to see, and taste all across Las Vegas. For more on things to do around the valley, just visit ktnv.com/things to do. Entertainment in Las Vegas isn't just for adults. There's something for everyone. Head to the Space Las Vegas every Sunday in August for Alice in Wonderland like you've never seen before. The family-friendly production stars Derek and Lauren Lux and their cast of puppets.
My name is Derek Lux. I'm the founder and creator of D-Lux Puppets, which is showing Alice in Wonderland at the Space. I've been doing puppetry for about 10 years. I started as an actor and then kind of shifted into this art form, and then I decided to put it all together. And so this was our debut production for the company, and we've been touring the country, but now we've been really excited to bring the production to Las Vegas. I lived in Los Angeles for a number of years, and while I was there, I did a little short internship at a puppet shop by people that also have worked with the Muppets, Henson. So I was able to learn how to make the puppets and those kind of skills. And then I also trained under a former Muppet performer, where I actually learned the performance aspect. So in our production, I make all the puppets and I perform them all. So everything kind of comes from these hands and this mind. So we have one other production. We have a production of Peter Pan, which is an even larger spectacle than this show. And so right now those two titles are what we have, and we use both in residency whenever we go places and stuff. And hopefully down the line we'll have a third one as well. Alice in Wonderland, there's 7 puppets. So we've got the White Rabbit, we've got the Cheshire Cat, Tweedledee, Tweedledum, the Blue Caterpillar, the Mad Hatter, and the Queen of Hearts. And they're all in different styles. So we don't really call our show a puppet show, even though it has puppets in it. The puppets can range from either sort of your standard hand puppet size all the way up to 7 feet tall puppets on dollies that we come out and bring on stage. So the whole thing is sort of just a big spectacular of all these different hybrid styles and different types of puppets that we use throughout to tell the story.
We're performing here at the Space Las Vegas Sundays in August, and the shows are at 2 p.m. It's a family-friendly show, so honestly, kids as little as 1 up until about 13, 14, and then grandparents love the shows, so we say families and kids of all ages will enjoy the performance, and it runs about 50 minutes to an hour in length.
So what's really great about it is we've taken well-known songs and rewritten the lyrics to kind of infuse the message.
We feel good.
I knew that you would now. So families will come and they'll hear, hits from the 60s, 70s, 80s that they'll know. It'll be new to the children a lot of times, but the parents get a great kick out of recognizing these famous songs that we've put in the show. So it's a great show for basically all ages, and they really enjoy it, from whether it's a 1-year-old toddler just sitting in someone's lap, or to a 100-year-old grandfather that is sitting in the back going, hey, this is actually a pretty fun afternoon as well. I wasn't expecting this.
So also at the end of every show, we go out in the lobby and we take pictures with all the kids that came to the show, and we get to meet them and hear their favorite part, so that's really fun too. We usually ask, what was your favorite part? What was your favorite puppet? And they'll always tell us, and we have kind of a fun moment with the key, a little magic moment. They always ask, how'd you do that with the key? How did you make that happen? So they always ask lots of questions and want to know more about how we do it.
Thanks for watching How to Vegas. If you want more of How to Vegas, just download the 13 Action News app on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, or Android. Visit ktnv.com/apps for more information and catch new episodes of How to Vegas every Friday night at 10:30 on KTNV streaming. Las Vegas news on your time.